This could be an adventurous morning. I'm having issues talking.
Just this morning? Couldn't resist that one.
Good morning and welcome to Nature Watch. Nature Watch is sponsored by Liddell's Nursery, Floral Garden, and Bird Center at the corner of 12th Street and Millam Road. And now your host of Nature Watch, maybe this guy can talk better than I can. It's Gary Miller.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning. How you doing, man?
Good. Enjoying the weather. So much more comfortable, finally.
Yeah.
I was off work Wednesday and Thursday and actually got some yard work done because it was very comfortable out there. It was nice. And it didn't feel like I was working in an oven.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
I did get a little bit of rain earlier in the week, not as much as everybody else did. So I know we had about 3/4 of an inch Monday night, Tuesday morning at the store. And I talked to somebody from Three Rivers later on Tuesday, and they had over an inch.
Yeah.
I had 1/4 of an inch of rain.
It just depends depending on where you work. Yeah. And
I feel like I have a big umbrella over my house or something because it seemed like the rain always misses me.
There you go.
So I actually, when talking about rain, when I was coming in this morning, a few sprinkles just before I got to the station here. So that was that little fake front coming through before the main front comes through, but that main rain front is not very wide, so I don't think we're going to get a lot of water out of it.
Right.
And actually, the next week, not much chance. There's a chance of scattered stuff here in the next few days, but it's going to be scattered and spotty. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say I'm going to believe it when I see it.
So this line that's going to come through within an hour or two is probably our best shot, isn't it?
Yeah, and then it looks like maybe Monday, Tuesday, there might be a chance of some scattered pop-up stuff here and there, but they're not really sure. Actually, I think they're mentioning lake effect possibly.
Yeah.
Pop-up stuff. Again, it's going to be very spotty and scattered, I believe, and again, I'm going to believe it when I see it. Not much chance.
Well, of course, that's the rule of weather, you know.
And temperatures, oh my goodness, forecast after today, and there's only some parts of southwest Michigan that they had forecast high today in the low 80s or 80. Mm-hmm. The next time that I see 80 in the forecast in the next couple of weeks is after Labor Day. We're in the 70s for highs. And
if we make it there.
If we make it there. And actually, Scott Larson was mentioning this morning when I was watching his forecast earlier that Monday, the predicted high in Grand Rapids is 68 degrees. That is the lowest predicted high since June 1st of this year.
I'm getting my parka back out.
No, it's not that. It's nice and comfortable out there finally.
I know.
And actually, Michigan Storm Chasers had posted a week and a half ago that pending any extreme heat waves within the next month, we have now gone another summer without hitting 100 degrees in Michigan. The streak is now 13 years. Mm-hmm. July 2012 was the last time when we had 100-degree plus Fahrenheit days, and we had multiple days between 100 and 105 then. And so we've had heat indices that were over 100, but not actual temperatures over 100.
Oh, okay.
So.
Oh, by the way, I saw the Michigan Storm Chasers group out at Latitude 42 last weekend, and I got a shirt. I had to buy it. No, they did not give me a shirt, and there was no swag going on here. But I was going to wear it this morning. But of course, you know, me after this week, it was a rough week. I just rolled out of bed, cleaned up, threw on something, came here. Of course, it's Broncos gear, but hey, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So actually, Michigan Storm Chasers earlier this week actually had posted the fall color forecast.
Oh.
And so we're actually looking at another couple of weeks, about 3 weeks, we're going to see fall colors start up in the Upper Peninsula. So about September 15th through the 25th is when they're looking at peak colors starting. Upper Lower Peninsula, 20th through the 28th of September, and then down here in the Southern Lower Peninsula, about 25th of September through about the 2nd of October. Mm-hmm. So that depends on weather, obviously.
Right.
Because if we get some really extreme heat temperatures or extreme cool temperatures, that might adjust somewhat.
Yeah.
Those are usually pretty well the dates that we usually see those fall colors arrive.
Well, it's been mentioned, I think, on this show and over on Andy's show as well, that some of the trees are already popping color, but that's more of a stress thing, I do believe.
It is, because it's been so dry.
Right.
It's been so dry. We still need rain, despite the areas that have gotten rain. So drought monitor looking a little better this week since last week.
Okay.
Not much.
Okay.
A little bit of an improvement. Even over around Holland where they were in that severe drought condition, they a little bit less, so they got a little bit of moisture there, but we're still on that drier side. But overall, statewide, we're just a touch better than a week ago.
Yeah, especially wasn't the Lansing area a little bit in
so down through Lansing and then over towards Midland and Bay City, there's a whole swath that goes across basically the belt of the mitten.
And they had a pretty good dose of rain to help them out.
Yeah, so they've gotten a little bit improved, but there's still areas that are 2 to 6 inches down from precipitation for the summer, so things are dry.
Okay, tell you what, let's rain a gift card down on you all, okay?
So we're going to play hardball today.
Oh, boy, okay.
A lot of softball, so we're going to play hardball today.
Let me sell this, and thank you for the heads up. It's our weekly trivia question. Your chance to win a $20 gift card to Waddell's if you are the first correct caller at 269-382-4280 with the correct answer to Gary's question, and he has just put up the heads up. This might take some work.
It might. So it depends on if you've been paying attention, or I'm going to give you some hints here, too, when we talk about this. So last December, the United Nations General Assembly adopted a resolution designating August 27th, which is next Wednesday, as the first annual observation of a certain day. It's one of those, quasi-holidays that they have. So we have, National Sock Day, National Leaf Day.
We had
National Pecan Pie Day.
We had National Radio Day last week.
Yes.
Come on.
So we got all these wonderful days. This is actually one involved with nature and the environment. And so my question is what is the day that they designated? And so this next Wednesday is the first annual of this day, August 27th.
August 27th.
And so the little hints there, the United Nations General Assembly adopted a resolution last December. And I will say maybe a few other hints, because it's going to take a while for people to probably find this unless they've actually run across this.
You're making me work.
The Michigan Department of Environment, Great Lakes, and Energy is planning on doing some celebration of it, and Governor Whitmer has issued a proclamation for it.
Okay.
So I'm guessing you can probably find it, but you still might have to dig a little bit.
Give me the short version of the question again.
Yep. So they have a day designated for August 27th, the first annual. Designated by the United Nations General Assembly. What is the day that they designated?
Okay. Well, no, not what is the day. What is the name?
What was the name of the day?
What is the name?
Yeah, August 27th. It's going to be August 27th every year.
Okay.
And we'll see if anybody, they're probably frantically getting those fingers operating in Google and trying to find that answer.
Or they lost their coffee cup and they're looking for it. 269-382-4280.
They're going, oh my gosh, Gary's making me really think this morning. It's cooler weather. You can maybe think a little better because it's not so hot out. You don't have that brain cooked or so fried.
Google kills thinking. I'm telling you.
So some other holidays coming up this next week, and next Saturday actually is International Bat Night. So International Bat Night, instead of Bat Day, Bat Night is observed to dispel some of the myths surrounding bats and to raise awareness about the positive contributions that bats make to the world around us. So some interesting facts about bats. Bats can live for over 30 years. Some bats can fly at speeds of over 60 miles per hour or sometimes even faster in short bursts. And they can consume over 1,200 mosquitoes in the course of an hour. Most bats have only one pup. That's what their young are called. A baby bat's called a pup. And bat droppings create guano, which is one of the richest fertilizers in the world. So some neat facts about bats, and so if you have bats, provide a bat house. So we got some neat bat houses at Waddell's that put them up and get some mounted up there. They're fantastic to watch at dusk, and I always watch them with glee because I have some that reside in my big barn, and I always like watching them at dusk because they eat lots of mosquitoes. So feed, just eat all those mosquitoes you want.
And we like that.
Yes. So last Sunday night I was sitting outside a little bit and observing all of the barn swallows sitting on the power lines, and there was lots of them because all the young are out and fledged already and flying around. And every once in a while, sort of as a group, they sort of all start swooping all over and go up. They're actually flying up pretty high, getting insects. And in the meantime, when the barn swallows will periodically rest back on the power line, I'm watching this large dragonfly, and the large dragonflies stay in a little lower elevation, sort of near the barn swallows, but sort of I don't know if it's sort of showing off to them or so, but it kept flying around. You could see it was catching some insects or so, and kept darting. It was just far enough away that the barn swallows, if they decided to try to get the dragonfly, they could not. So I thought it was sort of fun to watch the dragonfly sort of show off his skills.
Believe it
physical skills.
believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, we are trying to give away a $20 gift card to Waddell's. We still haven't had a hit yet, so why don't you repeat the question?
I might have a no-hitter today.
You might have a no-hitter today.
So the question is, last December, United Nations General Assembly designated August 27th, which is next Wednesday, as the first annual day. And what day did they designate? So August 27th, they have a name for the day. It's sort of one of those quasi-holidays, and it's involved with nature and environment. I threw out a couple of hints. Governor Whitmer has issued a proclamation about it. The Eagle Department at Michigan Government, Environment, Great Lakes, and Energy is planning on celebrating that special day.
Huh.
So that gives you a little bit of some hints.
Okay. Actually, I just did it, and I see the answer right here. So
I actually usually try the Google searches, and it did take a little bit of time to try to find it. So
I had no problem.
Well, with the hints I gave you, should be able to find it pretty easily.
I had zero problem, and maybe this person as well. Good morning, WKZO. Who is this?
Good morning. This is Adam.
Adam.
Hi,
hey.
Adam.
Hey, what's your answer?
Well, I'm going to guess it's World Lake Day.
You know,
That is correct.
I that's why I just popped up here. I was going to say, just put in United Nations August 27th, and the answer will appear right in front of you.
So I usually try some different Google search options and combinations just to see what comes up. And sometimes it comes up and sometimes not. So, so this next Wednesday is the first annual World Lake Day. And actually, the Eagle Department is going to actually celebrate that with some activities and trying to bring some recognition on how to keep lakes clean. And they Governor Gretchen Whitmer has issued a proclamation about the World Lake Day. There actually are there's a World Wetlands Day, a World Water Day. Mm-hmm. So this is actually sort of goes in line, but there are over 11,000 lakes here in our state. So it's something we definitely want to celebrate and try to keep those lakes pristine and clear and clean. And there are lakes all over the world. So it's fun to see other parts of the world celebrating and trying to keep water clean in that too.
Yeah.
So Michigan has, besides all the inland lakes, we've got the 4 Great Lakes that surround the state.
Right. Well,
so we've got 3,200 miles of coastline just along the Great Lakes, 36,000 miles of rivers and stream.
Okay. Hey, Adam, are you still there by chance?
Yes, I'm here.
Had to make sure. Gary loves his stories. Okay, Adam, we do have a $20 gift card for you. Can you hold on the line for a moment and I'll get some info from you?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate
Congratulations.
it. And we'll be back with more Nature Watch after this on WKZO.
Wouldn't it be great to pull into your driveway and have that feeling of, wow, this place is gorgeous? Waddell's Landscape Services can help you with a custom landscape that can do just that. You have some gardens that have gotten out of hand? Waddell's maintenance team to the rescue. Just call or email design team at waddells.com to set up a time for help with pruning and garden cleanup. Need to have a new look to your outdoor area? You can bring your pictures and measurements to show Waddell's certified green industry professionals. If you'd like something more extensive on paper, Waddell's professional designer can help. Whether it's a winding path through the blooming gardens, a trickling fountain, a patio with a seating wall, a shade garden, or nearly anything you can imagine, just bring in your ideas and Waddell's can create a professional landscape design. For 79 years, Southwest Michigan has trusted Waddell's Garden Center for all things green. Let them help you bring your outdoor vision to life. Get started at designteam@waddells.com.
It's time to get social.
Facebook. I use it for just about everything.
Follow us on Twitter and Facebook at WKZO Radio.
8:48, Nature Watch continues. I'm Jim, he's Gary, and we're talking World Lake Day. And since I went ahead and I Googled it just to see how quick we could get the answer. Some of the information that they provide, the purpose of it is to raise awareness about the critical role of lakes in biodiversity and climate resilience, and to address changes like pollution and overuse. The date was established actually in honor of the first World Lake Conference held in Shiga Prefecture, Japan. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yes.
Back in 1984. So,
Yes.
yeah.
So it's nice to see the world come together on some things like that and try to protect those resources for everybody.
Yeah.
Some other interesting, so next Sunday, so a week from tomorrow, we have another holiday, National Trail Mix Day.
There you go.
So the weather might be very good, nice and comfortable. Go out and maybe take a nice hike, take some trail mix with you.
Yeah, I wonder if Ralston Purina is going to make any money on this. I'm just saying.
So the trail mix is a type of snack food that hikers typically use to get some energy, some quick snack, and so just to keep them going. Typically a mixture of nuts, legumes, dried fruits, chocolate, breakfast cereals, rye chips, pretzels, seeds, carob chips, shredded coconut, crystallized ginger. Pretty well use your imagination. Something that gives you some quick energy, protein, and
that's where the Ralston Purina reference came in because checks, my friends,
some kibble,
checks.
some kibble. So some interesting facts about trail mix. I had to look at some facts about it. I thought it was pretty interesting. So Native Americans, as well as native indigenous peoples around the world, were eating a type of trail mix for thousands of years before Europeans arrived in North America. Hikers have been using a combination of raisins, chocolate, and nuts since the early 20th century. In Australia and New Zealand, the trail mix is called scroggin. And sometimes you'll hear people refer to trail mix as gorp. Gorp means to eat sparingly.
Okay.
So-
August 27th also, somebody sent this to my phone. It's National Just Because Day.
Yeah, I saw that when I was
Why
looking at the
not?
holidays. Just because. Just because. So some events coming up tomorrow. I mentioned in the last couple of weeks that Bee Palooza up at Michigan State. So if you have a chance, check out that. Might be some fun. Maybe you can pet some bees.
Yes, you can do that.
Yes. So if you don't feel comfortable around bees, they're going to have some. I'm not sure what species. I'm going to guess probably some bumblebees because they're usually pretty tame. But they're going to have chances for you to maybe overcome some of those fears. So it might be something fun to do. Okay. And might be a good day, not overly hot, and you're going to have all sorts of bee-themed activities going on. Next Wednesday, also, there's another webinar that Eagle and MDARD and the DNR are putting on as part of the Not My Species webinar series. The Not My Species is MI for Michigan, Not My Species. They do these typically monthly. It starts at 9 a.m. It's via Zoom on webinar, and on a webinar. And as you actually just need to do is register through their website, and they will send you a link. It usually lasts about an hour. Usually it's the experts in particular subjects. This coming up one, they're going to be talking about, actually the title of it is They'll Need That Hug, How Climate Change is Increasing Native and Invasive Threats to Michigan's Trees. And the experts that they're going to have, forest entomologist Aaron Biggs and forest pathologist Simeon Wright of the Department of Natural Resources are going to be talking about that. I've joined those webinars periodically, and they're very informative, get lots of information, and so it's fun to see what the state's doing on various subjects, especially with the invasive, with that Not My Species webinar series. So something fun to do. Next Saturday, the Kalamazoo Nature Center and the Kalamazoo Astronomical Society are doing another public observing session. Hopefully the skies are clear. It'll be more comfortable. And actually, some of those low temperatures down maybe in the upper 40s, and the mosquitoes are not going to be active. It'll be perfect observation weather if the sky's clear.
I'll stay warm, thank you.
That's fun night when you get, even if you put a little sweatshirt or something on, it's nice going out and not have to fight mosquitoes.
I know. But,
so that's from 9 p.m. to midnight. Check out their website. They're highlighting the moon and Saturn. And so check out their website. They usually after 6 p.m. they will post if they're going to postpone or cancel because of weather, too much clouds. Coming up in September, we have Septic Smart Week. So the 15th through the 19th. And I mentioned this because the Eagle Department at Michigan State is going to kick off with a webinar. And their focus is for homeowners that have septic systems to make sure that those septic systems are operating as and functioning as they are supposed to, and keeping our water resources clean. So septic systems are very important in the state. We have over 1.3 million septic systems in the state of Michigan to treat wastewater, and that's really critical to make sure that they operate like they're supposed to preserve those our groundwater, lakes, streams, and waterways. And also making sure they operate correctly, avoid some costly repairs.
That's a great idea.
So they're going to have this webinar. The webinar is on the 15th, which is the beginning of Septic Smart Week. It's just an hour-long webinar, and you can register through the Eagle Department and their website, and attend that. Is primarily geared towards homeowners, but anybody's welcome to attend that.
Okay.
So something neat. And if you have a septic system, I ran across it. Eagle had this about a couple of weeks ago. They actually have a program if you need some assistance if you have a unique system. So a lot of times when people are near lakes or bodies of water, they have limited space. And sometimes those repairs can get very expensive and extensive. So they actually have a grant program for high costs for people to, and that's also through the Eagle Department's actually through the federal government actually helps assist with that.
Okay.
And so that's they've got a grant program. You can check out Eagle. They actually had a press release on the 29th of July about that. But they have some funds available if you need some assistance. So you make sure your septic system's not polluting the water.
Yeah. Okay. And if your grass is always greener, it could be a septic issue.
Yeah. Wasn't there a book title like that? Grass is always greener over the septic tank.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
So some neat things coming up, and so Eagle's been as all the departments in the state have been very busy. I had this a week ago and didn't have a chance to talk about it last Saturday. So they actually a week ago yesterday they announced that they have a new wildfire smoke web page, and it is there's a link actually on their website. Their web page is primarily geared towards all the effects of wildfire. There's some wildfire smoke events in that, so you can see some of those air quality issues. So actually you can check that out. They have some time lapse records in that, so you can see how wildfire smoke affects Michigan, not only from fires here, but around the country and actually from Canada.
And it is so nice that we didn't have, over the last couple of days, no wildfire smoke at all.
Yes, it was nice.
None. Yeah, well,
it makes for some fantastic sunrises and sunsets, but
right.
a little difficult to breathe at times out there, especially with the heat we had.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's make sure you check that website out. Just to find some more info, and it's nice having some state departments departments in the state of Michigan government that can do some very proactive work like that.
Okay.
I did see that the Eagle Department, some of the head or the director of the department and some of the division directors were involved with some of the Native Americans on doing a wild rice visit, and actually they learned about how important the wild rice or Newman is for the Anishinaabe peoples, and so it was actually very interesting. So they can help protect those resources and over those locations where we do have wild rice in the state.
Okay.
So they actually went out and did a little field trip on the water.
There you go.
And some nice weather, so if you have a chance, get out, enjoy the outdoors, get out and, canoe or kayak, take a hike. This comfortable weather makes it much more nice to get out and walk about. Don't forget to take some water so you stay hydrated.
That's right. And if you miss any of our shows, be it Creative Cafe ahead of Nature Watch or Over the Garden Fence, they are available in our podcast section at WKZO.com or on the WKZO app. And when I am on the ball, and I usually am, I have those podcasts up 10:15 this morning. So there you go.
And if you see something during the week, email me at naturewatch@wadells.com.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's we see lots of neat things. I did see something interesting. On the way in this morning, I saw a deer pop its head up in a soybean field. All I saw was its head and some ears. And then it stood up and ran away.
Yeah, there you go.
It was sort of fun just seeing the head out there.
And when you're out traveling, we're getting close to that time of year. They're going to
active.
be moving. Yeah, exactly.
So,
Gary Miller, thank you, sir. And thank you for listening to this edition of Nature Watch. Tune in each Saturday morning at 8:30 for Nature Watch, brought to you by Waddell's Nursery, Floral Garden, and Bird Center at the corner of 12th Street and Millam Road. CBS and local news is up next, and then Andy Waddell joins me for another edition of Over the Garden Fence, coming up next on 590 and 106.9 FM WKZO.